wonderful Google Map, sort of a hack. I hate the way that word is used, but basically a person who is described as an artist. Does that just mean he's unemployed?
Yeah.
That's what I've used. So I'm just saying. Simon,
he sat in front of me in Shakespeare.
Totally
and next to you with the fries.
Yes.
Totally
we share a grill.
Simon Wecker. Simon Wecker did something very, very cool and very interesting. And the whole point was that we think of Google Maps in this very static kind of, it's a map thing, and it's actually not. It's actually an aggregation of data. And that data can be changed and skewed and shifted. What Mr. Wecker did was he took a gorgeous red radio flyer wagon and filled it with 99 Android devices. And he was his own traffic jam on Google Maps, walking through the streets with his little wagon in tow. And just something about this that I love. I love the anarchy sort of part of it. And I love the idea that someone thought of this and said, there's no integrity to this data. This isn't a map. You know what I mean? This isn't something that's hard and fast. It just is what Google thinks it is at that time. And
so give me a second. I'm bringing this up here.
Pictures of him with the wagon.
To be fair, if there were that many phones moving that slowly, it would be a pretty gnarly traffic jam if it weren't in this arrangement.
Yeah. And you make it sound like he's hacked the map or changed the roads or something, and it's the traffic data that's being modified here, but still, it is kind of cool.
There certainly are ways to, Google has systems to sort of check that, but again, it's I love the idea that he played with the idea that this was not. That this isn't something that's fixed. That this is just the data as Google gets it at the time.
Right.
This is awesome. Here he is standing here in the middle of this street, and you can see the traffic on the other side.
Yeah.
And here's the corresponding map, and he's standing right here, and there's the traffic on the other side. It's such a perfect one-to-one. How he's playing the system. And we talked about Waze, I remember last year, and how Waze was routing people into these little subdivisions and stuff, and how people were so angry about this. So people would go outside and they would report an accident or a speed trap or whatever. This is so much easier.
Some
and brilliant.
criminals could have an accomplice to rob the bank and have a clean getaway, right?
Yeah.
And avoid those streets, so they would just fly down them.
One of the things
is the guy with the wagon.
Now that I have this picture up, one of the things is all of these have to have the geo, they have to be activated, and they have to have Google Maps up and running for it to collect all that data.
This is kind of self-policing, though, because, of course, when he gets his cell bill at the end of the month, he'll stop doing it.
Well, and obviously it's 100 cell phones, or one less than 100, but I mean, which aren't cheap, and then you've got to have 99 accounts, and but again, what if somebody built some sort of hardware emulation that you could put 6 different accounts on your phone, and everybody on a street was 6 cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you Raspberry Pi it? Yeah.
Well, I'm 2 or 3 cars when I roll down the road. I mean, you've got the Tesla map, you've got my phone, you've got my work phone. So I'm 3 cars already right there.
Yeah, that's true. And if you have passengers, maybe even more.
Yeah.
So as he's marking this road as congested, ironically, that means that it's going to divert traffic away from there, which will make it even more free and clear. Which is why he can sit there in the middle of the road. Until somebody goes that way that has their phone on and they see that they zip right through at the speed limit or even faster, maybe then Google can figure out that something's not quite right there.
That it's a motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
It's a motorcycle cutting lanes, or it's a bicycle carrier.
Yeah.
Courier.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. Or that there's 99 phones that are all hacked and not real, that can't be trusted.
Right.
Yeah, he might find himself locked out. Although I will say this, living where I live, if I see that map turn blood red, I'm not going to risk seeing if it's clear or not.
See, exactly, right? Like, who's going to...
Well, not everybody navigates by Google Maps. Some people are using Apple Maps or Waze, or some people are just going the way they know and not using technology to get them there.
There's that. But if he was using 99 iPhones, then he would tie up Google Maps and Apple Maps at the same time.
Except they're more expensive.
They're way more expensive.